What's up? It's your boy Nagasi. Welcome to the first episode of the Warriors Central podcast. First things, I have another channel where I do movie reviews, TV show reviews, stuff like that. So that's why I got this backdrop. I'm going to try and change locations, put more basketball stuff up, so give me some time. But I had to start this channel, my second channel, because the Warriors are 3-5 for the 22-23 season. But look, before I get into details about all the reasons why I feel like we got off to such a bad start, and it's really not the end of the world. I think it's just a lot of things that are just kind of happening at one time that's causing all of this, particularly the second unit, which is like terrible right now. But Warriors faithful, look, you gotta be careful out there because there's a lot of fans, particularly Net fans and Laker fans, who just want to be like, hey, look, y'all was talking all that mess, but now you sitting there 3-5. Yeah, things are bad. It's not as bad as both of y'all. Lakers, y'all got legitimate deficits of talent. Like, there's no way, like, y'all, stop. Don't even approach the Warriors at this point. Nets fans, you just fired Steve Nash. Can we get to an Eastern Conference final before y'all start taking shots at us? Please, just get there. I'm not even saying you got to win it. Just get there and show me that you can actually do something to actually make any of this worth it with all the bullshit that y'all been having going on for like the past, 4 or 5 years? But now for the reason that most of y'all came to this video, which is what the hell is going on with the Warriors? Why have we started off 3-5, 3-game losing streak? What the hell is going on? And while the Warriors do actually have a lot of issues that they need to deal with, it's not anything that's going to require, I feel like, a lot of effort. It's just things you actually have to implement. First off, the bench is giving us no production at all. Like the second unit, third unit, all the way, like, I don't know if it's just Steve Kerr still trying to figure out which rotations work. I have no idea. But anytime we don't have Steph, Clay, Wiggs, Loon, and Draymond on the court, it seems like we just get decimated. If they build a lead, the bench comes in and gives it up. If we're down even like 10, 15 points more before our guys actually get in. So either way you look at it, the bench has got to be more productive, and specifically this is the younger core. And this is why I'm saying we're better off than both the Nets and the Lakers. We have the talent. We're one of the deepest teams in the league. It's not even close. It's just a matter of you got to give them experience. Honestly, if I was Steve Kerr, and I know it's probably going to be an unpopular opinion, y'all like, nah, that's crazy. I would just go ahead and start all the young guys. What do you have to lose? It ain't like Steph. We already know he ain't got no ego. He ain't going to look at it like that. Draymond would probably understand. Clay, again, I'm going to get to him in a second. He need to go to the bench. Trust me. I'm telling you this. We love Clay. I love Clay. Game 6, Clay. Clay is like slick, the most underappreciated player. There's no way this man shouldn't have been in the top 75 all-time list, especially when you got Anthony Davis doing the shit he's doing. It's like Anthony Davis, okay, whatever. I mean, Dwight Howard, Vince Carter, but I digress. Point is, you have to give the younger core a chance to actually figure things out and actually create offense, because that's another one of our big issues. Anytime that we have Jordan Poole on the court, I don't know why we just jacking up threes. We have always played, like, since the beginning of this dynasty and a little bit before that, it's always been about motion offense. And it's like we just take a dribble. I hand it off to Wiggs. Wiggs hand it off to me. I may pass it up to Wiseman down there. He passes it back to me, and I'm just going to take a shot. There's no movement. There's a difference between, I have no problem with Jordan Poole taking shots when it's a product of the offense. I have a problem with just walking up into like 40 footers. And yeah, he's a good shooter. So there's a good chance it's going to go in versus like if someone else like Wiseman takes a shot. But the point is, you got to get everybody else involved. Otherwise, you have what we have at the end of the games where you got our players trying to actually make plays, but they just like, this is their first time going through it. You got to think a lot of these younger core will be starting focal points on other teams in the league. Wiseman, Kuminga, Moody, all these guys would have like starting big time roles on other teams. So now they're trying to work it in with, okay, we already got Steph and we already got Clay trying to get back in. And let's get to Clay, because I've been holding off on it and I gotta say my piece on it. And this is not because I feel like Clay's washed. People are going to say Clay's washed. Clay's not washed. That's not why I'm saying this. I think Clay got a lot of pressure, and he got a lot of, and I think he basically said this with the whole thing with Charles Barkley. If you didn't hear about that, where Charles was basically saying like, you know, he ain't that young no more. Like, he ain't got it. And Clay's like, yo, bro, give me a chance. Like, it's been two years that I've been out. Like, give me a chance to actually get my wind up. But this is what I'm saying. Clay came in at a good time and also a bad time, because he came in at a good time where he could help us throughout the finals. And again, he did what he could. There's no doubt that he did as much as he could. It's not like he went out there and he was like half-assing it. But now he's still trying to get back to show he's like, I'm a top defensive player. Meanwhile, you got other people like a Devin Booker who's like, nah, I can cook you now. And he cooked him. And it's not the first time that Clay got cooked this season. And it's not for lack of trying. It's just let him come back slowly. There's no need to rush Clay into taking all these ill-advised shots. This is what I'm saying. Have the younger core come in, help generate some of the offense, maybe build up a lead, figure out how to play as a damn team, have Clay come in. It's like, okay, he can be someone else that can, again, it's basically just switching positions. You have our starters just coming and finish up the job. You just giving the younger core a chance to, okay, how do we actually score? How do we actually communicate? How are we actually attacking the rim? What are we doing? And this is another thing about attacking the rim. Steph Curry and James Wiseman is going to be lethal. Lethal. You saw, like, I can't remember, maybe at least 3 or 4 plays with it. Steph Curry draws, and we've seen this. This is no surprise. Drawing 4 defenders. 4 defenders from the Heat gives Wiseman an easy dunk. As soon as they, like, figure out that tandem, because that's the one thing with James Wiseman, I honestly didn't think the kid fit. I didn't. I know he's a tremendous talent. I'm not saying to trade him. I just didn't think he fit. He felt like the one thing that just the Warriors really need, because they definitely need a big man center. But I didn't understand how it was going to work, because, again, I feel like he's someone else who, if he was on another team, he would be featured. He's the focal point. That's not the case with the Warriors, but maybe it should be. This is what I'm saying. I feel like Steph should take more of an approach, and Steph's been killing it. I got no criticisms of Steph. Steph's been doing everything we've asked him to do, picking up right where he left off. But I think he needs to do a better job of getting some more assists, trying to get other guys involved, helping create the motion offense, because that's been the one criticism of Steph. I mean, there's been a million stupid criticisms of Steph, but I mean, we put that to bed, though, didn't we? All I'm saying is try and, like, add another layer to your game where you can get your assist up and help get some of these younger guys open looks. But the defense, man, we played better defense this past game, and that's the one bright spot I took from the Heat game. Besides us just ultimately blowing the lead, the Heat are going to force you to play hard defense. They're going to play you tough. They're going to play you hard. They're not going to relent. It doesn't matter if they're the number 1 seed, the number 6 seed, the number 12. It don't make where they're at in the standings. That's how they coach them boys down in Miami. They're going to give you 120% every time. And I felt like it helped push our guys a little bit. The end of game situation, I have no idea. And look, this is what I'm saying. I love Clay. And if he was in a different, had more time under, just being back, I would have no problem with him taking that shot if he was looking more like his old self. There's no reason Klay Thompson should have taken that last shot. That should have been Steph Curry. And it's not just Steph Curry versus Klay Thompson bias. It's not that. Steph, again, he's not even shooting well. The team overall really ain't shooting that well compared to what we normally will probably be at. If I had to guess, like probably mid-season, probably around that 38 to 42% mark, just overall with the 3-point shooting. But you have to give Steph the ball in this case. He's literally the only reason we've even somewhat been capable in these games. Not to say that Clay's been slacking, but dude, you're just not hitting him. It's nothing personal, but you gotta sit him down, pick and choose when you have him come in, and maybe help him focus on the defense, because again, like, the defense has been terrible. I mean, the Suns got, 130 on us? I think we gave up 120 a couple of times. So we got to emphasize defense more. Hopefully we can get more of that tenacity. That's the easiest thing. Your defense will set up your offense. The Warriors, I'm not worried about our offense. I'm usually never worried about our offense unless we're going through a shooting slump, and we're not going through a shooting slump. I think guys are just taking shots and not actually running plays. So you get in a look, but is it the best look? It's probably not. I'm not a huge stat guy, but I did like this stat that I found from StatMuse, where Steph Curry is basically leading the Warriors in every category. That should not happen. Not because he can't do it or he is incapable. I just don't understand why we haven't figured out what rotations do and don't work. That's what preseason is for. That's what training camp is for. So I don't know. Hopefully they figure it out. But if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure you like, subscribe, help me out a lot. Catch y'all next time.